Will it snow on Christmas? Hi, I'm Dr. Bill Finnegan, and I'm the Joint Head of Programs in Lifelong Learning and Social Sciences at Oxford Lifelong Learning, and I co-direct the Vice Chancellor's Colloquium on Climate. And behind me is the Radcliffe Observatory, where Oxford first started collecting detailed weather observations in 1772. And so we have over 2 centuries of continuous temperature records, and we can look back on the past 210 Christmases. So if we look at them, about a third of the Christmases, there were temperatures, the minimum temperature, which went below zero. So it was freezing and it could have snowed. And we actually know that on 24 of those Christmases, precipitation was recorded. But if we split this record in half, so the first 105 years and the second 105 years, the pattern's slightly different. So almost half of the time in the first 105 years, there were below freezing temperatures on Christmas, whereas in the past 105 years, it's only happened less than a quarter of the time. And in fact, if you look at just the past 25 years, only 4 years has it dipped below zero on Christmas. And across those 25 years, we only have 0.1 millimeters of precipitation on one of those wintry cold days. So basically a few snowflakes over the past 25 years. So this is just one day over an entire year, and you can actually take the average temperature over each of these years and create what's called the climate stripes. So a data visualization where you compare one year's temperature versus an average, and if it's a little bit warmer, it's reddish, and if it's a little bit cooler, it's bluish. And you can see in Oxford a very clear trend of warming temperatures, but you can also compare this to other places. You could look at London or Los Angeles or Mumbai, and again, we see these patterns of increasing temperatures around the world. So will it snow on Christmas? Possibly, but probably not. I think of this in terms of the program, the Vice Chancellor's Colloquium, which is about developing interdisciplinary skills for Oxford undergrads. And we use the theme of climate to bring together academics from different departments and disciplines to explore the causes and the impacts and the solutions to climate change. And while the inability to build a snowman on Christmas Day is not a very significant impact, compared especially to farmers whose fields are flooding or vulnerable communities who are facing extreme weather events, it's an example of how we all experience climate change and how responding to climate change is not just about climate science, it's about culture. So we may need to revisit some of the ideas that have been handed down to us by Charles Dickens and Bing Crosby. And we should also be listening to the ghosts of Christmas past if we want to make sure that the joy of snow is something that can be experienced in Christmases yet to come.